Hey there, Animation One. It is May 19th. The school year is coming to a close. Oh. Well, anyway, we have one more thing we need to do, and that is the final exam. Let's see. So today is kind of a catch-all day in terms of I want you to make certain check Focus or Portal to make certain that your grade is updated and is accurate. Make sure to talk to the teacher about that if it's not. Any last minute work that you need to get in to maybe up this grade right here. Also to collect all of your work, right? So we are a career program. Our job as the Academy is to get you prepared for college and career. Now, I've stressed this before when I was there that we don't care whether you go into the arts or any other field. We don't care if you become animators or filmmakers. We just want you to leave prepared and having some sort of plan in place. And part of that is building a portfolio. Now, there's a lot of reasons why students build portfolios. It's not just to get into like art school or anything. It's also to get scholarships, to get internships. Gosh, I know when my daughter went to college, she applied and she had her photography portfolio to get into medical school. I mean, like it just makes you an interesting person, and it's just more than having your name and a okay GPA on a piece of paper, So anyway, the portfolio will be very important to you later on. So we spend the next 4 years making that portfolio and making it really good. So every year and from the semester, every semester, midterm, final exam, we compile all your work together into a portfolio, and then every year we update it and kind of get rid of all the old stuff and put in the new stuff and kind of get it to be as good as possible. So here, I want to show you an example of a reel of a portfolio, and then we'll go over the final exam, okay? Here we are. Let me make this smaller. 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. All right, so that was Isabella's reel. I think this is maybe at the end of her sophomore year, maybe the end of her junior year. I don't remember. But it didn't start off having all these pieces in it. Some of this was stuff that she created in her end of her sophomore year or whatever. But she keeps adding in and getting rid of all the old bad stuff from her freshman year. So this would be what you're going to be making for your final exam. Now, you do not have to. If you notice that she chose to include all animation stuff, you do not need to include all animation stuff. I know that a lot of you guys are in several other academy classes, or you do independent projects, or you have just you like to sketch in sketchbooks and have a art style that you enjoy, or you are whatever. I mean, so it's kind of just a catch-all portfolio of anything that you make. So what we're going to do is you're going to create a final exam. Will be the portfolio, including all 2D artwork, 3D work if you're in Ms. Blair's 3D class, anything from your AAA courses, your personal work, anything, okay? And you're going to edit that together in Premiere, and you're going to submit an MP4 file or an MOV file if you choose to say an MOV, because some people I know prefer that format. MP4 is what we want. You are not going to submit an FLA file, which you should never do, because this is going to be done in Premiere, and that's FLA's Animate, and so you're not going to be doing this in Animate. You're going to do this in Premiere. This is the working file for Premiere. And some of you guys have experience with this, that if you turn in a PROJ file, it is worthless. Without all of the videos and songs and images that you put in the Premiere file, you have to have all of those things. You cannot just open up a PROJ. So do not submit this. You are only submitting what you're going to export, which is an MP4. And you're going to submit it right here to the final exam. Now, here's the rubric. You're going to build this in Premiere, 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. You're going to find a song. That song is on filmmusic.io. If you remember this site, this is where Isabella got the song that she used for her reel. And it is perfectly free. You do have to create a login for it, but you can search by genre and find exactly what it is that you're looking for by mood or genre or whatever else, contemporary, pop, piano, whatever. So just look through there, find a song that you really like. It needs to be at least 90 seconds long though, okay? You're going to edit your animation to the major beats of the song, okay? So as I want you to watch this, okay? Tell me if the cuts when Isabella goes from one project to the next, does it happen on the major beat of the song? Are you ready? Do you guys, you see that? You know, with that dun 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 boom, right? Watch again. Ready? Cut. 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 And so that'll help. It's a real cheap way to edit, but it always will look good. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to cut from one image to the next on the major beats of that song, whatever the song that you choose, okay? So you edit to the major beats. It's important, 15 points. And then the song is at least 60 seconds long. So, and the reason why it's 90 seconds for here and 60 seconds for this is because some people choose, you know, they artistically want to start in silence or end in silence or whatever. So I'm not going to dictate that you have to have music playing the entire time, but you do want music for a good portion of this reel. Otherwise, it gets a little bit awkward to kind of silently look at animation, right? So you edit it at least 1 minute and 30 seconds long. You have a portfolio pieces present through the entire thing. Each of your portfolio pieces are high resolution, which you guys should all have. And I put here you have 8 different pieces. You should have more than that. We've done quite a bit of work in here. And I don't want you to go, I don't want you to do 2 things. I don't want you to go, well, I don't have that much work. You do. Go back and look. I think that you'd be surprised by how much work you've done throughout the school year, even from sketches to storyboards to whatever else. Those are all portfolio pieces. 2, I don't want you to go, yeah, but I don't like it. No one cares if you like it. That's not the point. The point is to put all of your work into one portfolio. And then next year you look back at that portfolio and go, gosh, like of the 12 things I put in there, and 11 of them are garbage. And then we go, great, so make 11 things better, right? And then we replace and get rid of the old, and now we have new stuff. And then your junior year, you look at that portfolio again, and you go, man, that stuff's also garbage. And then you get rid of that bad stuff, add in better stuff. And then we just continue. Oh, by the way, maybe in your junior year, you look at it and go, oh, actually, those 5 things I'm embarrassed by, but those other 7 are amazing. Well, now we're only focusing on 5. Right? So it's about every year getting better and better and better. So don't worry about you not liking a lot of the portfolio pieces that you have in there. That's perfectly fine. Just put everything in. Make a huge dumpster fire of your art, and that is perfectly okay. Okay? All right. Again, it does not have to be only work from our class. It can be from Ms. Rowe's class, Mr. Anderson's class if you made films. It can be music from Dr. Stefanik's class, photography, design work from Mr. Sullivan's class, anything from Blair's class, or any other art teachers, personal stuff, anything you want, okay? Okay. What I do want, though, is I want you to fade out your animation at the end or come to some sort of definitive conclusion. So that way it just doesn't stop at awkwardly. So just look how this ends, right? See how it feels like it's coming to an end? Not only, we just focus on this door here, which is kind of a cool way to do it, but we also fade to black. And it kind of just makes it clear that it's the end of the reel, okay? And I use reel. Reel is kind of a common word in the industry that we just call like a portfolio of work. It's called an animation reel, all right? Each of the images is scaled to correctly fit the frame, meaning that if I bring stuff in, some of the things that we build will be at different sizes. So you may have like this project here may actually show up smaller when you bring it into Premiere. And what you need to do is just double click on it and enlarge it to be able to fill the entire frame. So that way it's not like awkward, scaling issues. And then one other thing, which Isabella here didn't include any still images because everything that she did was animation. But if you have still images, sketches, storyboard pages, anything like that that you would like to include in your portfolio, and what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to put the image into Premiere and then just let it stagnantly just sit there. It feels a little awkward, right? So you can do this in Animate or you can do it in Maya or in Premiere, but just move the image a little bit, whether that's moving it upward, moving it downward, zooming in on it, zooming out on it, and make the animation slowly. It's just so that way it doesn't feel so stagnant. Add a little kineticness to it, okay? For the title card, your edit begins with your animated name, okay? Again, like Isabella did, she animated her name. Okay, and so this is what you're going to be creating here at the beginning. So I would like at least 2 distinct animations. Isabella had far more than that. You can fade in, you can fade out, you have letters and name appear to the beat of the song, which is exactly what Isabella did. There's tons of ways that you can do this. And then lastly, I want you to have at the below your name the words animation and design reel appear. And Isabella put in motion design reel because she only did animation, but if you put design reel, that would incorporate graphic design, photography, literally anything else, okay? And you don't have to animate this. So this is what you're going to create. You're going to export it out from Premiere as an MP4, which is H.264 as the file format, and that is all. That is the end of the year. It's the end, guys. It's been wonderful. Gosh, I'm not really good with goodbyes. So, bye, I guess. I should have really thought this out. I feel like I should have really thought this out. Here, let me say something really poetic. Ready? You guys are just sitting there awkwardly waiting for me to say something poetic. I'm not going to say anything. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to be poetic. Okay, bye, guys. It's been a pleasure.